full-time work machines, besides me, maybe. But we're not robots. That means also do your best at relaxing and resting, right? If you're going to work, work. If you're going to chill, then chill. You don't want to be a dim light that's half on. You want to do one or the other. Now, I find chilling and relaxing, I guess this is my personality, it makes it easy, extremely stressful. There's nothing more stressful for me than trying to not do my work. Because if I'm not doing my work, then I'm thinking about the work I'm supposed to do, and I'm more stressed than doing the work. So everyone goes, Andrew, you need to just chill. I'm like, that sounds terrible. That sounds like the most stressful situation to be in. So all I want to do is work. But occasionally, if I do need time off, if I need 5 minutes or whatever, my brother and I have actually developed a new habit, canasta, which a game, two-handed canasta?
Two-handed canasta. We're learning classic card games.
Because he's like, Andrew, you're working 18 hours, you're just staring at that screen, you're mad at Keir Starmer in the UK, just chill.
You haven't been there in 4 years,
two-handed canasta, it's gonna be fine. I can play for 5 minutes, it's kind of relaxing until before I get anxious again, I want to get back to work, right? But if you're gonna do something, you should be doing your absolute best at it. What's the point in doing anything if you're not gonna do your best at it, right? And it's amazing how things can translate, right? If you do your best in one thing, it's not only the fact that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, but if you do your best in one thing, it can radiate out across your entire life. That's the greatest thing about being a man. As a man, when you upgrade your life and you become a better man, by extension, you automatically improve the lives of all of your friends, of your woman, of your children, of your community, of your country. We radiate. It's amazing. You can put a little bit more effort in bed with your girlfriend, make her a little bit happier. She'll then cook your breakfast, gives you a little bit extra time to work. Before you know it, you got a Bugatti. Boom. That's how I got mine. But putting in that extra effort pays off, dividends. And you can look at it spiritually. You can be philosophical about it and say that God rewards people who try hard. That's how I like to see it. God is literally looking at all of us, no matter which God you believe in, and he's saying, all these people I've created, who's thankful, right? Because any one of us could have lost our eyesight to bacteria at age 2. Any one of us. We didn't. So he's saying, who's thankful enough for what they have that they're trying their absolute best with it all of the time? Because if you do that, he's like, I like this guy. I like him. He's cool. Give him blessings. Give him something. It's amazing what comes your way. So I want you guys to think about it, because tomorrow our speech is going to be about trying your best. We're going to talk about it. But for the last 3 months, you have to think and be honest of what you actually, truly tried your best at. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm extremely difficult on myself. And I will say right now, the only thing I've really tried my best at is to stay out of jail. And that's not because I'm afraid of jail. That's because I know my haters are going to fucking seethe when I walk. That's my motivation. When I start to walk and I go, they should have got me, I did it, right? So I'm trying my very best not to go to jail. That's what I'm truly trying my absolute best at. But I could train harder and I could make more money. If someone were to say to me, Andrew, if you make an extra $1 or if you throw an extra punch, endless blessings will come your way, it would be disingenuous for me to sit and say I couldn't do that, right? So tomorrow you're going to have to stand up and tell me what you've been doing your best at. You're going to have to be honest. But if you analyze and you realize it's nothing, then you should be happy because you all live pretty good lives. And if you look around you, you're better than most of the men around you and you're not even fucking trying. You know, it's amazing. We go from children to adults. And when you're a kid, you expect the adults to be smart. And it's the same with like fame and money, right? I went from absolute no money to super wealthy and nobody knowing me to like famous. Everyone's a fucking idiot. I'm telling you now. There's very few impressive people on this planet. You can go meet Elon Musk, who I actually quite like. I've never met him, as an example. Richest man in the world, or a politician, or a superstar. You meet these people and you're like, how? Bro, it's seriously, that's what you think in your head. I'm just sitting there like, bro, how? But they're not impressive people. There's nothing special about them. Everyone in here could surpass any of them. They're not that special, they're not that impressive as individuals. And especially at the upper echelons, they don't take any self-accountability. They don't look at themselves ever. They don't self-feedback ever. So they actually become less impressive over time. And they don't realize because there's enough people pretending to like them or whatever else. So I want you to actually think about what you've done your complete best at. And then I want you to try and apply the analogy of focused, because I focused my power into one knuckle and did more damage than any of you could ever do. Because to hit me with the flat of the hand and do the same damage I did, you would have to hit, how much bigger is that than the point of the knuckle? 30x? You'd have to hit 30 times harder, which is, you're not going to pull off, right? So it doesn't matter how hard you swing, it didn't hurt me. So I could just stand there. You don't want that. You want me to be like, I better move, better be smart, right? But I want you guys to apply this, because my brother and I, and he's probably my self-accountability buddy, we keep each other in check so fantastically. And it's even a bit extreme. Like, we're not allowed to nap.
Ever.
If we're tired, we can't nap.
You have to sit across your brother and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes or cigars and make a point that you're tired but you're not napping. Because if you nap, you're for a week. You don't get over it. Well, you were fucking napping yesterday, and it hurts. And he's like, well, you fell asleep at 6 p.m. I'm like, he's got me. I'm a bitch. So yeah, no, the accountability goes way too far. We take it to...
We're resilient with everything. With being tired. Like if me and him are on a three-day drive, we'll sit there. As soon as one of us goes hungry, gay. You're a girl, hungry, need food. We'll just sit there hungry making fun of each other. I don't know if you guys have seen the Tate Confidential episode where we did fuck gas. Have you seen that episode? We started this stupid thing where someone would say, I need gas. Fuck gas. So you just keep driving without gas. And we did it till we ran out of gas.
Just because I called him a pussy if he pulled into a gas station. So his McLaren broke down.
We've gone way too far with it. But that degree of self-accountability super keeps you in check. Tristan called me out the other day. I can feel depressed temporarily, but I can never become a depressed person because it doesn't exist. You can lock me in a Romanian jail cell for 93 days with cockroaches. I will not be depressed. I will feel a little bit sad, of course, but I will never become a depressed person because I don't believe in it. And when I say this, depressed people are like, no, depression's real, it's ruined my life, it's taken everything from me, depression's real, depression's real. I said, you sound like it's promotional team. You sound like it's
their
PR
God.
team.
It's their God.
They're
worshiping it.
You're worshiping it because it gives you a cure-all excuse for your monumental failures, as opposed to waking up and going, you know what, maybe I'm a fuck up. Nothing to do with depression. Maybe I've just been fucking up. Maybe depression isn't real and I've just been fucking up and I should fix a few of these things.
What have I been reaping?
Absolutely. And you'd be amazed how depression will lose power over your life and lose its ability to destroy your life if you stop giving it so much respect and just wake up and say, let me fix X, Y, and Z. What can I control? Feeling sorry for yourself is a negative emotion, because feeling sorry for yourself, it's implying that someone or something's going to come along to save you. And that's never going to fucking happen. No one's going to wake up and think, you know what? This Tate dude, I want to get him a real hot girl and a fucking Lambo. Let me go find a hot bitch in a Lambo and deliver him to Tate. It's never gonna happen. So either I have to do it or no one's gonna do it. So sitting there, oh, poor me. No, I don't have a Lambo, poor me. That's hoping someone else is gonna give a fuck. And no one else is gonna give a fuck. So it's just a name. I know if I lost everything today, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'd just be like, time to work.
I can't imagine you. I can't imagine you like, oh my God, save me,
I'm depressed.
Tristan, save me.
Yeah, like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can't be like that. You just gotta be like, okay, let's fucking knuckle down. Let's get some hoes, get some webcams.
Is that like a fight? Have you ever lost a fight?
Yeah, I've lost fights, and
is that similar?
Yeah, it is similar. And losing a fight is the worst thing in the world. That is the closest I've ever been to feeling depression. You walk through life and you're the fucking man, and then some dickhead from Dagestan beats you. It's like it's taking your ego, it's taking your pride, it takes your soul. Nothing can make you feel better. Pussy doesn't make you feel better. Money doesn't make you feel better. Losing a fight is the worst feeling in the world. But the only thing that'll make you better is getting in there and beating someone else up afterwards. But that's the only possible way to feel good. You have to build yourself as a man. And if you decide not to build yourself, then your life's gonna suck. And this also comes into, I think even maybe you may have, I saw one of your TikToks, it was really good. And I think it was, it was you training. And I think it might have been one of the things I said.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I have mercy on somebody who doesn't, Why would I see somebody as my equal? Why would I sit there and see you as my equal when I've suffered my entire life to be valuable and you've refused to suffer and just sit around on your ass all the time?
Good.
When I've gone through endless pain
Yeah.
to be the man I am, and then you just sit there and talk like we're equals. We're not equals. I've been through shit. You decided not to go through shit. That's fine. That was your life decision. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
But you have to live with those decisions. You can't complain now that I get to be top G and you don't. That was your choice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, that's the thing about being a man, and that's what I was saying to the kids. It's like, look, you need to get up, and it's going to be very, very difficult. The world's getting harder and harder, especially for men. It's all clout, it's all status, there's no way you're going to matter unless you get up and you work extremely hard. People say to me, why am I fighting this war? I say, you're in the war too. You're just going to be a casualty of it. You're going to be a forgotten name. Not even a name. You're going to be a number. In wars, it's interesting. In wars, if you look at any war, they'll talk about 12,000 people died here. And one of them was this guy. There's names and there's numbers. So if you're going to go to war, you can decide, do you want to be a name or a number? Because people are going to die. People are going to die regardless. And this is why I teach the things I teach. I say to men, listen, you need to become as strong as possible. You need to make a bunch of money. You need to prepare. You need to have 7 passports in 7 different countries. And you need to start sitting there getting paranoid and panicking and getting things done. This is why I push masculine excellence, because when they come for you, when they come for us all, if you have no weapons to defend yourself, you're going to be one of the 12,000 in the ditch.
So you're
at
gonna
least when they kill me, they know who they killed. At least they'll say they killed 12,000 men and Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
At least I get that. What's scary about being elitist is, if I'm from a Luton council estate and I have a bunch of money now and I see the common man as a lazy idiot, imagine how the elites see us. And then you start to really go down the rabbit hole when you understand these people who've been in charge of the world for a very long time, who own the banks, who believe they're genetically superior to us because why not? Their families always own the bank. They can be a fat loser, but they just believe they're something because why not? They have a big boat. That's just what they're going to believe, isn't it? Imagine how they view the common man. You think they give a shit about you or your family or your income or your wages? You think they care about you? You think they're going to make life easier for the common man in the next 10 years as you've just asked? Or are they going to continue to decimate your lifestyle for their own forever profit? Best thing that ever happened to me was not going to university. Thank God. That's a 4-year head start. Everyone's out here in uni. I was making money. I started off with a really basic, boring job. I was carrying boxes of ice in a fish market. You know, I wasn't doing anything elaborate, but at least I was working. At least I was getting up at 5 in the morning, running to work, working all day, running to the fight gym, fighting all night, running home.
This is what I respect. This.
I didn't have a car.
Yeah.
My family didn't have a car, right? It was literally just run. I used to run 9 miles a day to get places. I had to get places. I just run. So, like, I couldn't wear nice clothes because I get sweaty, right? So I was this guy who wear a tracksuit, a t-shirt, take my t-shirt off so I didn't sweat too much, and just run everywhere around Luton. You just see me, the crazy guy, just running.
I really want people, if you don't know Luton, please look up Luton.
It was bad. Yeah, I grew up in a bad place. As a man, you're born with no inherent value. You have to become important. You have to go through some pain or go through some suffering to make people care about you. Otherwise, you're not going to matter. And when I say this about the difference between men and women, they think I'm attacking females. Absolutely not. I'm not attacking women. I'm just saying that a woman can wake up, put makeup on, go to the club, go to the party, and still be a jewel. She still exists. People still want her. As a dude, if you walk into the party and you put no effort into your life, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about you. And every man out here knows. And one of the great things about the masculine journey and masculinity is that we've all lived a semi-similar story. It's kind of cool. Like, we've all been the teenager, gets heartbroken. We've all been unimportant. We've all like worked hard and then starting to get some clout. And then we've all kind of lived the same kind of journey. So I say to everybody out there, yeah, if you don't follow that path and follow that journey and in one way or another get to the top, whether it's fighting, whether it's comedy, whether it's musician, whatever it is, if you're just going to stay somewhere near the bottom and then at the age of 44, email me saying I'm depressed, well, of course you're depressed because you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But that was your choice. Depressed people, their default emotion that they're looking for is sympathy. They want sympathy either from themselves or from somebody else. And they always have a sob story. It's always about how hard their life was and they did drugs and blah, blah, blah. And they want everyone to feel sorry for them. They're searching for sympathy. If you're the kind of person who searches for happiness, whether male or female, in my experience, people who search for happiness end up doing hedonistic, temporary, stupid things. When I find men who search to feel proud of themselves, I want people to be proud of me and I want to be proud of myself and I want to be respected. They often delay happiness. They often go through very difficult things and build things which are beautiful or build things which are difficult to do. They often go to the other side of fear to feel that pride. I did it. I faced my fear. I did it.
Yeah.
So I think as a man, searching for pride or searching to feel proud is a pretty positive mindset for masculine achievement. I understand what you're saying from the biblical sense. I actually understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I just say, if you were to take a man and say, how would you make your parents, your girlfriend, and yourself proud of you? I don't look at myself and go, how do I be happy? I look at myself and go, how do I succeed and do everything I want to do and become competent and be successful. That's what I'm worried about, achieving my goals daily. Happiness is a byproduct. It's a side piece. But if you're gonna wake up and go, I want to be happy, well, yeah, to a degree it's feminine. It's also very childish because only women and children are so obsessed with happiness. But it doesn't make you competitive, because if you're concerned with being happy, that means you're only gonna perform when you feel like it. That means you can't outcompete the men who perform every day regardless. And that's why, as a man, you need to be building a mindset that makes you as competitive as possible. And I think that considering happiness as a concept, as an ideal, as an idea in and of itself is a bad idea. I think it's a mistake. So it doesn't even cross my mind if I'm happy. It doesn't even cross my mind. I've got shit to do. When I speak to ordinary people, I say, well, how are you trying to stop yourself from being ordinary? And a lot of them aren't. Well, then what the fuck are you gonna live an ordinary life if you have ordinary results? I couldn't tolerate that. You could give me, I already had a very bad financial start. I had a huge advantage genetically. But even if I had a huge genetic disadvantage, there's no way I would have been a normal person. One way or another, no way. Because I know life's too short for that shit. I want people to, I couldn't live that way. And I don't know why people are trying to come to terms with that. I don't think you should. I think you should be constantly pushing to be extraordinary, no matter who you are. Adult happiness for me is just a lack of absolute sorrow. Like, there's no such thing as cold. There's only a lack of heat. Scientifically, cold doesn't exist. Heat exists, and a lack of heat creates cold. Well, I think it's the same thing with happiness. There's no such thing as happiness. There's just a lack of sorrow. If I'm not grief-stricken, if I'm not sitting here and I'm really devastated, if my family members haven't died, if I'm not bawling my eyes out, if I'm not really struggling, then I'm a happy person because I'm not completely sorrow-filled. I think a lot of people are somewhere in the middle, and they think because they're not at that giddy, childish happiness, there's something wrong with them. No grown-up adult is supposed to live at the fucking absolute peak of life's great, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. No one's supposed to live that way, and we're told we're supposed to live that way, and that if you ever feel a little bit sad, there's something wrong with you. That's not true. We're human beings. It's perfectly normal to wake up and be pissed off and be sad or be this or be that. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing that's wrong with it is to sit there and believe that you need to start taking a pill to fix it.